Hello everyone. Today in the shop I have an over and under shotgun here. It's considered a Mossberg Maverick. If you look at the little fine print on here, it's actually made in Turkey and imported by Mossberg. So it's not actually a Mossberg per se shotgun, but it's, if you look it up anywhere, you know, parts for it, look up Mossberg Maverick. Fairly on the cheaper end. Not going to knock anybody for buying a cheaper shotgun. It works, but this one in particular came in with a particular issue to where it was not firing right. Pull the trigger and nothing would happen. So what I found was pretty interesting. So let's take this thing apart real quick. I've already started it, but to take these things apart, hand guard comes off for good, hand grip, forearm, what do you want to call it. You break down. Also, you'll notice in here I put in some snap caps. Anytime you're working with an over and under shotgun, it's good to have snap caps. Do not dry fire over and unders. It's not good for them. All right, to take the buttstock off, there's one screw on the bottom here for the butt plate. And then stock comes right off. And here, you can see all of our goodies in here. Now, in this particular one, it's already cocked back here. You can see the hammers are back here. You got your sear and everything. Here's your trigger. Safety's on, so yeah, you can't fire like this. Pull this back. Oh, wait, that's safety on right there. So this is forward. You can push up on those. Right here, your sears. Now release the hammer and hit your firing pin. But the problem was, let me grab my little thing here. So the problem on this one is this piece right back here. And this piece right here is supposed to be a safety. So when you point the weapon down at your toes, you see how it rotated forward? And see, you rotate it back. Point at your toes, bam, that falls forward behind your trigger right here. So even with the safety off, you can't pull your trigger. So that little thing right here, like I said, is a safety. But if you watch, it's still engaged. See, it's upright right this. So that thing, even though it's pointing straight, it's not there. It just fell. Now you can pull and it'll fire. So looking at this thing, it's got a little play back and forth. Actually, it's got a lot of play back and forth. I wonder if I can show you. It's gonna be kind of hard to see, but yeah, you can kind of see. It looks like a, if you look at it from that angle, looks like a loose tooth. So when it's at that, like that, it just kind of wiggles around in there. It's a little gunky in there too. So what we gotta do is we gotta pull these hammer springs out, pull that thing out. You need to do some polishing on it, or maybe just take the whole thing out and throw it away. Just be safe and don't point at your toes. Anyway, so that's what the problem with this one. If you have the same shotgun and you ever pull the trigger and you don't shoot, it's probably that little safety in there is got hung up. And if it ever happens to you, all you want to do is point the weapon up and shake it real good, and it'll drop down and it should work for you. All right, hopefully you learned something, because I know I did. Okay, before I let you guys go here, I thought I would show you a little more about what we're doing here. So this hammer spring is under a lot of tension. What I had to do is release the hammers forward. And it's still under quite a bit of tension, but if you get some pliers like this, it's pretty easy to do. Just pull your hammer, push your hammer forward, make sure you're holding that, and take these pliers and pop her out just like that. And your hammer spring will come out. And those are pretty tight. And then if you look at this, now you can see a little better how loose that thing is. It just wiggles. Forward and back is not the problem like this, but when it wiggles like that, that is the problem. So there's play inside here where that pin's at. So I think the best thing to do would be take that pin out and just take that piece out altogether. But since it's not mine, we'll leave it on here. We're just going to polish it up really good so it slides real nice and smooth. Maybe put just a little bit of oil in there, or probably some dry graphite so it don't get gunky. But yeah, that play back and forth right there is what's not good for us. All right. Easy day. So here's our safety block. See, it's a lot more shiny. But what I did, because to help us, this thing to slide back and forth, this bar goes inside, and we're gonna put some of this graphite lubricant on there. Yeah, I'm gonna put some of that in there, but it really was not machined good at all. It was really kind of at an angle, which didn't help anything. But I tapered the edges a little bit on both sides and polished them up really good. So you can see, yeah, a little shine right there. That way they'll go, it's not gonna, you know, it's like I said, it's tapered, so it'll slide back and forth like it's supposed to. Another thing I did too is these grooves right in here is where there's our hammer spring sets. And it was really tight. So that might have caught on our hammer springs just a little bit, which could have had a little effect on making our trigger not work. So I opened that guide, that little guide out a little bit, and then I also polished that real good too. And I polished everything else. Just, I mean, it's a little overkill to polish all of it, but it keeps dirt and grime off and just makes sure everything works like it's supposed to. All right, let's put it back together. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I got everything put back together in here, and as you can see, she moves a lot better. A lot better than what it was before, that's for sure. So, goes forward, won't shoot. Bring it up a little bit, she shoots. Down at your toes, no shoot. Come up there and she shoots. So, I don't know, 15 degree angle or so, you can shoot. So, it'll be good for sporting clays this weekend, that's for sure. No shoot, shoot. No shoot, shoot. So yeah, works really good. All right, everybody, remember what Peter Parker's uncle said, with great power comes great responsibility. Be a safe and responsible gun owner out there. See you next time.